Right, here we go. Yeah, this is the last or second last day of Triad Wars ever, which is a bit rubbish. I've really enjoyed this game while it's been out. Wasn't that long ago they announced that they'd be shutting it down for good, um, because it just wasn't getting the kind of attention I think that they wanted. Um, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be something that it wasn't. It was all a bit of a mess, but it was a fun game. It is a fun game. It's a shame to see it going. It was probably it's probably one of the better looking games that I actually do play on here, even though a lot of these assets actually come from 2008, 2009, whenever Sleeping Dogs was. It's it's still a great looking game. It shows Hong Kong really nice. It's a shame it's daytime right now. It looks a lot better at night even. But yeah, it's a game I've spent a lot of time on, and now it's gone. If you're watching this, it's probably too late. You've probably already missed your chance. But hopefully they'll see some sense and do something with what they've made here. They've spent a lot of time putting this together over the months and years, really. It is mostly Sleeping Dogs what it's made of. It's essentially like a kind of online Sleeping Dogs where you go around and you smash up the turfs, which is what I'm about to do, of other people who are playing. It's asynchronous, so you don't actually play alongside them. They're just when they're online, they're actually represented here by a bot, sort of, who's at the top of their safe house, and you've got to go take him out. You probably know all of this stuff by now, but I just wanted to make sure that one of its last days online was captured more than anything. Make sure that people saw this game in its final form, saw that it was good fun. Really, it is brilliant. You can kind of tell. I think it's one of the reasons I liked it is that I felt like the devs like the same stuff that I do. It's not a reason for a for a game to be brought to life, but it's definitely one of the reasons I like it. You can tell that they're all big fans of their Chop Socky, of their John Woo, you know. And that was nice, really. It was good to see that in a game. You kind of saw it in Sleeping Dogs, but this game really brought it out. I think the fact that you've got a clock in the top corner and things that you're running against, you really do learn very quickly how to go from hand-to-hand combat into melee weapons, and then taking that even further into machine guns and handguns as well. So you do end up going from sort of kicking people to diving over a desk to shooting someone in the face, and that's just it blends really well. It works really well, and it was a nice game for that. I think there's a lot of people to blame for why this isn't coming out, and you know, nobody's hands are clean here, really. I think even the fans, a lot of people wanted Sleeping Dogs 2 rather than this, which made a big change. My shots are awful. So I think, yeah, a lot of people wanted Sleeping Dogs 2. A lot of other people wanted like a full-blooded MMO out of this thing, which again they weren't going to get. But I think as a little exercise it was nice. It's free to play as well, which I think rubs some people up the wrong way anyway, especially when it's asynchronous, so you're paying for extra stuff, but you don't really get any of the bragging rights to show it off in front of other people, other than having to go onto the forums and actually show people screenshots and things. There was a brilliant community for that, admittedly. I did take part in that for quite a bit until I ran out of time, really, to do it. But yeah, there was people making little fan fictions and all kinds of stuff, and then there was other people just taking screenshots, just going, look how awesome my cars are and my safe house and all the rest of it. And that was really cool, the fact that people were showing that off. As soon as they brought the screenshot tool in as well, there was loads of people just tweeting this kind of stuff. You can capture things at the perfect moment to make some brilliant little one-liner jokes and things like that using your actions from the game. So no, it was quite cool. The community was great. the devs actually were quite an active role in that. They had a regular live stream that was really good, had little competitions going on, they were talking on the forums all the time. The whole thing, yeah, it's a huge shame. It is. It went really well, but sadly, yeah, it wasn't getting a lot of attention. I won't say it wasn't getting the attention it deserved. I do think that maybe it should have been a different game, but I did enjoy this game. I think it wasn't for everyone, and that's a big part of it, sadly. But it was odd, as before they'd announced that it was disappearing. There were, you see it when a company's kind of shrinking down anyway, but they started saying yes to everything. They were like, it's going to be amazing, and suddenly people start promising much bigger things. I think that was a bit of a death rattle from the devs that they wanted this to exist as well. But they did start saying, oh, it's always going to exist. It's going to be a test bed for future Sleeping Dogs games, and you know that means that it's going to feature Way and things, and you know some of the other characters from Sleeping Dogs. And they were really making some huge promises that this was always going to be around, and it was going to serve as a test bed for the Sleeping Dogs games. The fact that this is going, I don't know what effect that has on all these promises that they had for Sleeping Dogs sequels and things like that. Oh well, you normally can't smash someone off the same phone twice, which I suppose it's a bit more realistic, the fact that you can, but I've not seen that before. I've been out of the game for a little while. But yeah, this was my guy. I just stood for hey, don't worry about it. But we've had some fun with him as well, and yeah, we're taking part in a lot of the little screen cap competitions and stuff. And he's gone from looking like a little street urchin to quite a classily dressed dragon head, which is obviously the top tier sort of triad guy in this game anyway. So you play as one of 3 rival triads. I'm part of the... Ooh, let's get this right. I always get the actual real one mixed up in the fake one. This is the 18k, and the real one's the 14k in real life. They're all based on real, actual sort of triad sects. So you've got the Xingwo based on the Wu Xingwo, and then these guys, and the main guys. I forgot the name of the main triad in this. Sun Wukong. No, not Sun Wukong. That's the monkey master. Sun On Yi. Jesus Christ. Don't speak Chinese, I can tell. Which is based on the Sun Yeon. So, you know, it was all quite cool, the fact that they had this bit of culture. You could tell that the devs had actually gone out there and experienced this stuff. They definitely had their fair share of pork buns while they were out there. That's nothing. No personal. You all look fantastic. It's just the fact that pork buns were definitely a heavy role in this as well. But it was great. I will be having some pork buns in there on it tomorrow as well. Actually, we've got some in the freezer right now. But no, I will miss this game. I think when you finished Sleeping Dogs and you were kind of stuck just doing the free-to-play, this wasn't much different from that. I put like 30 hours into free-to-play in Sleeping Dogs anyway, like after finishing the game. And this was just an excuse to do that with a bit more purpose, and I did. This is a really nice weapon that does an insta decap if you get the headshot on, as you can see. And we can run out here. This is the kind of thing, these little slow motion jumps to lining up weapons, and take him out. Oh, that's brutal. But 24-hour trap gate, that's a new thing. I've been out of touch with this game for a little while. I'm probably part of the blame there for it not to be here, I suppose. It had a committed fan following, but at the same time, there wasn't anything to really say you need to be around this game all the time, I suppose. There was the odd daily challenge and things, but there was definitely a lot of improvements it could have made, but it wasn't finished, and it wasn't an open beta test, you know. So hello, what happened to you? So things could have went better for it. I think the game could have been a little bit different. They did respond to feedback really well, the guys. They did. You asked for more things. They generally there was new things coming out week after week, really, which was nice. Or definitely month after month. And the events were fantastic. Halloween event was something else. Like, that was amazing. The fact that this thing was an open beta, and they were bringing out weekly challenges that were huge. That were something that you had to take part in. It would take you at least, kind of a gamer's day to get through everything going on. And again, you unlock loads of great stuff by taking part in the events. It was really well done, really well looked after. You could tell that the devs at United Front Games really did care for this game. I really hope this isn't the end of Sleeping Dogs as a saga. I think there's definitely a lot of potential here. The fact that people have been playing this game, this essentially old game now, when you think about it, an Xbox 360 game, in my mind. The fact that people are still playing that, or a version of that, by playing this, shows that there's still a lot of legs for that. I hope I believe it's still Square Enix who actually own the IP, but I hope that them and United Front still see that this has a lot of potential. And it's still, it has every right to exist. It is, Sleeping Dogs is one of those things, you'll hear people comparing it to the GTA sort of stuff, and Saints Row. And in the same way that Mafia doesn't really fully align with those games. They are great games, these are smaller. You know, everyone will say, oh, you can do more in Grand Theft Auto and all the rest of it. You probably can, but the actual construction of these games is great. The story is something that you want to play. I personally find in GTA games that you go, okay, cool, the story. Now I'm going to go see how much trouble I can get in. That has nothing to do with the main plot. This game, you do both, you really do. Yeah. Everyone's quite committed to doing the story justice. I can remember when I did join the 18K, and I hope it's the 18K, I don't want to get that mixed up. Oh wow, they're having a little fight on them. Maybe I should have just left them to kill each other. Oh, that's a new thing as well, the fact that you take out the Enforcer and it stops you, so you have to just kill everyone on that floor. That's probably a little bit better actually, probably spares you an extra few seconds if you want to really fully wipe out somebody's safe house. Balancing this was an ongoing thing actually. Every week you'd come in and things would go from incredibly easy to incredibly tough, just like that. But they did struggle with the balancing in it. I never had a problem. I think the harder it was, the more fun it was, but there was a lot of complaints online, especially things like the exports in this game. I don't think we've got an export ready at the moment. Can we check? Wrong button. There's two pause menus, kind of, one with the map, which I've always got a bit confused by, but it's modern games, old UI I suppose actually. Yeah, we ain't got enough for doing export, that's a shame, because that would have been good fun. The job system, this again, never properly worked. I'll have to spend that 20,000 gold before tomorrow. Access the store. Why is it teaching us about gold, man? We know all this, don't worry. That is new actually. It is a new store from last time I played this, but oh, you forcing me to buy a favour pack now. Alright, okay, thank you. Come on, man. You've got one day left in the game. So yeah, this is kind of how the pay-to-play part of this game came in. It was, although it was a free-to-play, you could purchase things. You could just get them swords in there, man. I'd do a Halloween mission or two. Maybe they've opened that up because it's only got a couple of days left. But yeah, so that's kind of how it worked. Was you could slowly grind gold, or you could actually buy it. Kind of, it's a standard thing these days. I'm worried that maybe. I get the feeling that maybe that's another place that this fell apart, was that there wasn't enough people buying gold. It was quite easy to get a hold of gold, and every time they tried to rein that in, there was complaints again, and maybe unfortunately they listened to those complaints too much, because you could have fun without any gold in this game. It wasn't a necessary part of the game. I think if they'd gone a bit heavier on that, maybe that would have done it. I don't know. I'm not a gaming dev, but no, there was a lot of things. Maybe they were too good to the community from time to time. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people try to squeeze this, including myself, into the MMO category maybe a bit too much. Everyone was always going, when's this going to be online? When can I actually play with people? And maybe it was never supposed to do that. They started saying things like, oh, it's definitely going to open up the map fully. We're going to let people play it a lot, you know, alongside each other eventually. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that they did toy with that towards the end, but I'm not sure if it was originally part of the build. I think they did just want a free-to-play sort of base building game, and it all went elsewhere. Yeah, I've been working as a project manager for a studio recently, and one of the big failures is just saying yes to everything. I do feel that they did say yes a lot as well, but they did deliver as well. That was the thing, the fact that they would say, right, you want more stuff, we'll make you more stuff. Normally because it did involve more purchasables, obviously more art design type stuff, new weapon camo and things like that. But yeah, no, the whole thing. I don't want to see this game. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've still obviously got Sleeping Dogs, still got the DLC, and I'll still go into free-to-play mode, which is the daft thing, is I'll be playing free-to-play again on Sleeping Dogs when I get bored, instead of playing this where there was more of an actual incentive to do it. So yeah, that's about it, what we've got. So, I think, yeah, I'm just going to cruise around a bit, really, and we've done a raid, we've done a little race. Do a little favour mission. There's loads to do in this game as well. Loads to explore. They've kept a lot of the... Oh, I think you go this way. They've kept a lot of the original sort of landmarks from Sleeping Dogs, and some of the kind of modes as well. So we've got two ways we could go this way. I think the bad guy's this way. You've got to bust a deal before the time runs out. This was never difficult, but it was just nice that there was these changes in kind. I believe it's the dev team. Different ways to play the game to keep you entertained. It wasn't just always raiding other people's places. It wasn't always doing races. It wasn't always just run and gun, duck behind a counter kind of thing. So, you know, there's a mix up here, and that was always nice. So yeah, no, it just feels quite lovingly made, considering they didn't have to put a lot of effort into this, and I'm not saying that they didn't, but at the same time, a lot of this is just original asset. It's just a recycled game at the end of the day. You know, it makes you wonder, what other games could you do that with? Like, it's just, yeah, it's just a load of assets. They've already got the map. They've already got. I lean on that kick button far too much. They already had the characters. I mean, what they've added character design, and they've added the entire feature of being able to kind of play asynchronously with other people online. Although they kind of had that in that you could break records in Sleeping Dogs, obviously longest wheelie and things like that. But you know, they added a few things, but at the same time, this is a rebuilt game from original assets, and I'd like to see them do a bit more of that. I think if that's how you can make free-to-play games that are this fun, that's awesome. Maybe it could open up more expensive AAA games to people who can't afford like a AAA game every month. Maybe if they did go, right, here's a new, it's a bad example of Metal Gear Solid because they've kind of got Metal Gear Online, but yeah, here's something that uses the Metal Gear assets, but it's more of a base management. I think that's quite a cool idea, and I like that they experimented with that with this. Maybe if a Sleeping Dogs 2 came out alongside it, people could have played with that a bit more. Like I said, I'm hoping Sleeping Dogs 2 is still on the table, even though this has been taken up. Because yeah, like I said, towards the end they were saying that this was a beta testbed for that. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird. I'm not used to seeing a fully functional working game like this. It's already making money, arguably. Maybe not a lot, but it's actually turning a profit, or it's turning over. It's weird to see that just disappear. You think it would be worth a while just to leave it up and running? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, it's been fun while it's lasted. I've been playing it since maybe August, maybe July. I'm not sure. When they opened the beta up, whenever that was. And yeah, no, there's been plenty to take part in. And everything felt quite smooth. Everything felt well practiced, well versed. And again, they had that online record thing, so there's like there's a little jump here. I used to go around this park over and over and over again in faster and faster cars and motorbikes, hoping that bus wouldn't be there in order to go for this little jump, because I believe this was the best place that you could get a long jump from in both the bike and the car. I'm not going to get it this time, but I do have quite a high record by 83.5 meters. Oh, is that still raidable? I think we've already raided this one, haven't we? Oh, maybe not. It's the other way. I think this one switches up from time to time, I'm not sure. We'll do another raid though, just quickly. Here we go. And they've been here since the... Oh, was it a closed beta actually? Because I've got that car. I think that was a closed beta car. I'll find out in a second because it's actually painted on the top. But there was, yeah, loads of exclusives and things. I actually went on a little campaign at one point to, yeah, it was closed beta tester, yeah. Yeah, so I've got this same car, sadly. Although it'll never get seen again. It's called a DZS90. But yeah, no, there was always something to do and there was always something to win. I did go for a little while, just actually running around and collecting as much as I could in this game. Well, we have 21 minutes and we're 40 minutes here, so I'll try to get this close between before half an hour, this video. So yeah, that should do it. And yeah, it's probably going to be the last bit of footage I do in this game. I did a couple of live streams. It was actually, I think, the first thing I ever live streamed was a Triad Wars. Oh, you're going down. I don't care. Oh, no, no. I didn't know that happened. Oh, I'm eating shit now. Right, we'll take your favour. And then... This was the nice thing, was being able to dive over things. If you were close enough, you could actually get a kick into them or disarm them and then slap them with their own weapon and then shoot them with their own weapon. It was all really nicely carried out. And a bit out of touch with this game, like I said, but you got into the hang of raiding these things. It was an art. You could actually, it felt a bit like a sort of speedrunning training program. You were actually jumping across things, really optimizing your routes through buildings and stuff. So no, as much as it didn't have sort of that traditional gameplay, it had a lot of cool things going for it. Things that you couldn't really do in Sleeping Dogs. It was more encouraged in this game. But yeah, like I said, we'll get this. We'll get a final enforcer smashed up and leave it there. And this will be the last footage I probably ever get of Triad Wars, which is a huge shame. Thanks to the UFG team, you've been a great set of devs. You've been really good with your community. You've talked to everyone. You've answered questions. You've also tried things that have been suggested by just Joe Public, which is a rare thing to see from devs, especially from a big, a big company. Just listening to people and going, "Oh, that's a good idea. We'll try that." And then, yeah, a couple of weeks later, you would see these sort of things implemented in patches. And you go, "Wow, that's really cool." And so no, you guys have been great. You've made a great game. It's a shame it's not worked out better, really. But hopefully this isn't the last that we see of Sun On You. This isn't the last that we see of Way. He wasn't in this game, but hope it's not the last we see of him either. Hope it's not the last I see of Little Idoi here with his aviators and his goatee. This all grew over time as well. I kind of went into a bit of a role-play mode with this game. It's odd. So as he did better, I was getting him nicer cars and nicer suits and his beard. Well, he grew a mustache and then a goatee and then quite a long beard with chops. And yeah, maybe I got into this a bit too much myself, but no, it's been good. I hope to see it again. I'm sure somebody out there will manage to get the source code. It'll leak at some point and there'll be a couple of private servers of this floating around. I do hope. We'll see. If not, yeah, I'll take a couple more screen caps of this game. I'll put them all up on the forums. On the Triad Wars forums. Hopefully that'll stay around for a little while. I don't know. It's all a bit strange. I'm not used to this.
If you're gonna close a game, you're supposed to just disappear off the face of the earth. Has Kickstarter not taught you anything? That is what everybody does on there. That's just the way it goes now. In terms of that sort of crowdfunding thing, I did feel like a crowdfunder in that I did take part in the micro purchases quite a lot. A lot more QD than I'm used to in this as well. Quite like. But, not really sure off the fist fighter. But yeah, so as I was saying, that I did buy a lot of gold. I did buy some of the packs, getting the bonus cars and things like that, and the card packs. Spent, I think in the end, about $60 or $80 on this game. So as much as I would on a AAA, I don't want any of that back. I think if you're talking about sort of dollars per hour or pounds per hour, which seems to be the standard model, I've definitely got my money's worth out of this game. You know, and if you wanted to play it for free, like I said, there was enough. I did go playing it for free for quite a while. And more recently, the few times that I have played it in the past month, same thing. I've not had to spend any more money. I've had a lot of enjoyment out of what I already had. You did have to buy a car, I think. The basic car wasn't great, and the amount of gold required for a car took a while. But you know, that was the only thing that you could possibly accuse of being paid to win or anything like that. And even then, it only really helped you with the races, which were a side part of the game. Combat system is the same sleeping system as the sleeping dog system. It's been refined quite a lot. Some extra sort of moves in there, and that's all been tweaked quite nice. I'm pretty sure I found an infinite at one point, and the next patch that came around it had gone. So no, it was worked on. I don't think it took a lot to keep it going, but it was cool that kind of effort was going in. Right, we're gonna go take out the guy. Don't know who I'm raiding at the moment. Actually, I forgot to pay attention. I'm gonna pop our Fist of Fury while we're going here as well. See some of that. I've not done enough environmental actually while we've been here, because that is one of the best bits. Is that same massively brutal. Oh well, we've got this. Get a fat guy up there. Nice. I forgot what I was talking about there, but yeah. I think well done on doing this UFG. Yeah, I just don't want to see it go, man. Even though I've not played it a lot in the past month, like I said. Since hearing it was closing down, really, I've not. You lose that incentive to get involved, I think. But there was a couple of rivals I had online that I would normally check in just to make sure that I'd wiped out their safe house whenever it came up. Rider Shotgun from the forums, if you're watching this. Used to have a personal vendetta against you for no reason other than we both had the special Triad Wars t-shirt, actually. I'm not wearing it right now, but yeah, one of the things that you could win from the community challenges. Was that each week, each one? I can't remember, but that was always, yeah, I'm quite proud to have that. I'll be keeping that, and the Triad Wars badge, which nobody ever talked about. Every time you, I think, if you won the t-shirt, you also won the t-shirt in game, so you could look like your character in game, which was cool. And also, that no one ever talked about it, but when they sent you the t-shirt in real life, you also got this little badge, which is really cool. One of those sort of pin trader badges. So again, no, I'll always have that stuff. I don't think there'll be a lot of people I'll be able to talk to about it, sadly. I got a lot of comments on the t-shirt whenever I wore that. It's like, oh, it's because I won it from a Triad Wars challenge. And it never felt like a lot of gamers actually knew about Triad Wars. There was a few that really wanted it to be a fully launched game, so they weren't playing it just on the basis that it was a beta, that I know of in my circles anyway. So, no, another bit of feedback there. Maybe when this did get to the point that it was turning money over, I should have given it a launch kind of address, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. That's one more guy down, Tone Thunder. I've
not done any triple caps or anything in it this time around. I just wanted to go and just experience some of the last bits of the game. It's a shame we didn't get an export in the last one actually, because they're brilliant. They were really well done. Although arguably everyone hated the balance, but I liked it. So yeah, that's that. We'll jump into the closed beta car and we'll drive off into the sunset now. So yeah, like I said, thanks to UFG for making it. Thanks for anyone who's watching this. Anyone who's watching this after it's already closed down, which is probably going to be most people that are watching it. You missed a good one, you really did. It's had a short life, but it's a strong game. It just maybe wasn't what everybody was wanting. And it maybe didn't have the clearest direction when it was getting devved up. But yeah, that's it really. Nice bit of Chinese pipes going on in the background, and me driving off. Yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for the game, and yeah, farewell Triad Wars. Thanks.